They say parents give us life to help us find our own. They teach us how to walk, how to speak, and how to survive. But what happens when the first mark placed upon your soul wasn't your choice? Before I could even understand the sun or the stars, I was baptized into a story I never asked to be a part of. I was born in the darkness, and out of the womb, I was claimed by a tradition that didn't consider my highest good, only its own continuity. Growing up, I don't see love. I saw a roadmap of fear. I heard you will go to hell, you have demons, and our God is a jealous God. I was told to honor my mother and father, while the same honor was used as a leash to control, use, and silence me. They used the word of God to justify the weight they put on my shoulders. But there's a difference between a survival skill and a soul's path. I realized that religion I was forced to wear like a heavy coat didn't fit. The abuse wasn't holy, it was just hurt. I had to make a choice. Do I stay in the safety of their control? Or do I step in the wild unknown of my own power? I chose to unlearn. I chose to let go. I chose to trade their fear for my own discernment. Today, I don't follow a path of those shall not. I embrace the craft, the spirit, the sovereignty that was rightfully mine all along. I've armed myself with my own truth. Have you ever felt like your spirit was signed away before you had a voice? Have you ever had to break a sacred bond to find your own magic? Let's talk about the power of walking away, the internal war. Unlearning is much harder than learning. When you are raised on a diet of no, you can't, and no, you won't make it, those voices become a permanent resident in your head. Every time I try to step into my power, I could hear the echoes of judgment. I had to realize that those weren't the voices of a higher power. They were the voices of people who were afraid of what they couldn't control, breaking the jealous God spell. I had to challenge the idea of a jealous God. Why would a divine creator be threatened by my growth? I started to look at the demons they said I had. I realized those weren't demons at all. They were my desires, my questions, and my refusal to be a puppet. I had to stop apologizing for a sin I never committed, the sin of wanting to be myself. The tools of discernment. To unlearn, I had to develop discernment. I stopped asking, is this allowed? And started asking, does this nourish me? I let go of the fear of hell because I realized I was already living in one created by their control. I stopped honoring the abuse. I started honoring the ancestor I am becoming. I traded the judgment day for the present moment. Embracing the craft. Stepping into witchcraft wasn't just about spells or rituals. It was about reclaiming my agency. In the craft, I am not a sinner waiting for a verdict. I am a co-creator. I am the authority. By arming myself with the elements, the moon, and my own intuition, I built a fortress where their words could no longer reach me. Come and join me in to renouncing my old religion. This is a ritual that I will be doing from the book of the Black Grimoire, Diabolical Witchcraft. Author is Oleander Sky. Before I proceed, I want to send this message to Oleander. I want to express to you my deepest gratitude for the way your words, presence, and courage gave me permission to reclaim myself. Through your voice and your work, through this grimoire, I found the strength to renounce a religion that no longer served my healing. Without fear, without guilt, and without shame, you helped illuminate what I could not yet name. That my autonomy was never a betrayal, and that my healing did not require my silence. Because of you, I learned that walking away from harm is not a loss of faith, but an act of self-respect. You reminded me that spirituality should empower, not diminish, awaken, not wound. Your honesty helped me stand firmly in my truth. Your example showed me that liberation can be gentle, intentional, and deeply personal. I feel stronger, clearer, and more whole because I chose myself, and your guidance helped me make that choice possible. Thank you for being the light for those of us unlearning fear and reclaiming sovereignty. Thank you for reminding me that my path is mine and that I'm allowed to walk it freely. With deepest appreciation and respect, Unaleska. The Ritual. On your petition, draw the name and symbol of your old religion. Light your black candle. Burn the petition by saying, burn the last tether to a path not mine. I deny the old tongue and the old rights. Let the past dissolve the flame, and the future rise and claim. Ashes take my vows. Now, burn the rosemary and mullein root in the flame while saying, I sever all ties, known and unknown, seen and unseen. I walk my own path from this hour forth. And say, so mote it be. Afterwards, bury the remain. If you're watching this and you feel the same knot in your stomach, the guilt that feels like a ghost, or the fear that you're doing it wrong, I want you to know that it isn't your spirit talking. That is your programming. You were taught to fear your own light because a person with light is impossible to control. It is time for the call to freedom. The path of the witch, the path of the seeker, or simply the path of the self-governed, begins with a single radical act. Deciding that you belong to yourself. You do not owe your life to a tradition that didn't value your soul. You do not owe honor to those who used it as a weapon of abuse. You are allowed to take back the keys of your own spirit. It's time to wash off the waters of a baptism you didn't ask for. It's time to silence the jealous God in your head. But once you realize that your discernment is your greatest weapon, the fear loses its grip. You are not a vessel for someone else's dogma. You are the architect of your own magic. Thank you for sitting with me in this space today. If you are in the process of unlearning, tell me in the comments, what is the one rule you finally decided to break? Let's support each other in walking out the dark and into our own power. Stay grounded, stay sovereign, and trust your own medicine. I'll see you in the next video.